wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, let's chip and play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out of stand with you, river, you talk. When to tap our take and you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever we're true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go on. For your way so near to my own. It will look so deep in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands tall. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever we're true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, let's chip and play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out of stand with you, river, you talk. When to tap our take and you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever we're true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you will go on. For your way so near to my own. It will look so deep in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands tall. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever we're true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby, it's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, let's chip and play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every morning, every go we see. In our hearts it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out of stand with you, river, you talk. When to tap our take and you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. always so need of my own. Live so live in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way. Chelsea forever, day by day. Whoa, Chelsea, Chelsea stands on. Cover up with the hand. We give our all. Chelsea, forever but true. Together we rise, just me and you. Hey, go wake up, baby. It's a Chelsea day. So blue, baby, let's chip and play. Talking dreams while the sky stays bright. Rest your head, but not the night. Every moment, every goal we see. In our hearts, it's Chelsea, me and you, we can agree. Oh, take me out of stand. With you, privilege, you talk. When to tap, I take it you. Oh, Chelsea, we stand tall. We stand tall. Everywhere we give our all. Everywhere, yeah. Forever but true. We must be. Together we rise, just me and you. In nights that you are gone home. For you always so need of my own. Live a life so live in river. Whoa, whoa. In the blue, our spirits fly. With every cheer, we touch the sky. In this love, we find our way.
Yes, good people. Big up to all of you. Once again, I appreciate you all finding the time to spend some time with me on Chelsea Perspective for another edition of the Chelsea News Roundup Show. I do hope you're all doing well, and we do have quite a lot lined up to talk about, some of which actually I don't have on the tab. We'll talk about the availability of Antonio Silva. We'll talk about Mohammed Kudus. Talk about Noni Madueke to Arsenal, Jackson's future, Hermansen Malick of Fofana, and a lot more. And it will be very, very, very enjoyable. And I do hope you're all doing well, more importantly. And without wasting much of your time, I'm going to say hello to those of you in the chat, then get back so we can start addressing the items we have lined up immediately. And we have Arsenal fans are crying. Imagine. We're saying don't sell him. He's too good to be sold to a rival, to be more specific. They're saying we don't want him. He's not good enough. But look, I think he's a good player. He's not perfect, but I just think that Chelsea can do a lot better than Nani Madueke. But that's just my opinion anyway. Cole Palmer, because of Nani, let's see, Arsenal fans deserve everything they get. I mean, that's another way to see it. Arch rivals, you can call them arch enemies too. What else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. We still need a goalkeeper. That's according to Danny Music, a centre back, and one more striker. Gyökeres, a simple. Delap is a decent player, but he's not scoring 20 goals for us. And Jackson can go now, and Sanchez just pack your bags and buy Felicia Houston. I think Delap can get 20 goals. Because if he had the same amount of opportunity that Nicolas Jackson has had at Chelsea, I think he'd put away 90% of them because he shoots instinctively. One of the main reasons why Jackson he's not can again, you could argue, had he been if he knew how to shoot instinctively, he'd have twice as many goals that he has right now. Yeah, but the lab has that. I think the lab will he will do well. Whether Jackson stays, I honestly do not know. I'd like him to stay and compete. But probably if he gets a good opportunity, I think he'd push to leave. What else do we have here? Keep dropping the likes in the stream. Is Nani? It's looking like it. It's looking like it. And if you take a step back and look at everything that's been happening of late, the fact that he didn't play, did he play our last two games in the Club World Cup? I'm just speculating. Well, all we can do is speculate here. I don't work for the club. I'm just gonna try to make sense of what we see out there. Yeah, big up to you too. Thank you for waiting. I appreciate that. More likes, people. 3 likes. We can do a lot better than that. We have 28 people following the show. We can do a lot better than 28 than 3 likes. Even if all of you in the chat liked the video already, I think we'll have a lot more likes. We have a total of 81 people following the show, 24 on YouTube. The rest are shared between X and Facebook, whether equally. Coach doesn't know. All right, big up. Let's see. Nani to Arsenal link is yeah, it's very, very strong. It's going crazy. And the lady of the house, Shay Wendy. Shay, nice to see you. I do appreciate you finding the time to join us. Big up to you too. Shay will always ask me, Coach, what do you see in the Maresca that you like him, admire him? All right, big up, Egungbe Chinagaram Dalwan. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well, and I appreciate you finding the time to join the show. And Uncle Billy, big up to you too. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining. And we also do have no, he didn't play against Benfica either. Yeah, exactly. And which one? Well, which one of the games that did Driscoll Hall start on the flanks and he didn't even get a chance? So let's see. Egungwe is saying bring Heto and Silva. Chance, I think we chances are we'd still sign Jorel Heto because we need a player capable of fulfilling the left center back role and also the center back and also left back position. I think we will eventually sign him. That's what I believe will happen, but I don't know. We haven't heard anything with regards to our pursuit of Heto. And in recent days, the focus has been JoaomPedro, Jamie Gittens, Mohammed Kudus. Am I missing anyone? And then Malick Fofana. Malick spelled Malick, by the way. Actually, the first show we discussed him, I misspelled his name. Yeah, because I thought it was just going to be Malik. But despite the way, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go along with 38 people. Was 38, now down to 35. That's a drastic drop, but we can do a lot better than 5 likes, people. Let's get the likes up, okay? And we have maybe we walking behind the scenes. Yeah, we just don't know the deals that we're working on. We just don't know. And in recent, you could say since last season, probably last transfer window, we don't hear much about players who are that much interested in signing until we're on the verge of getting the deal across the line. Up big, up big, up big. Ty, my bro. Ty, you can always share the link. Ty started creating every transfer window. He creates a profile, analytical profile videos of the players who are looking to sign or players who've already signed. So if you want to know how those players apply themselves on the pitch, like JoaomPedro, Jamie Gittens, Ty's got your back. I think if he gets a chance, he will share the link there so you can go check him out. Excuse me. Let's help him get to 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So the first item we have lined up here, Manchester United. He reads, that's Vince. I'm on the timeline of my bro Vince. He's quoting "Give Me Sport." He reads, Manchester United are asking intermediaries whether Chelsea remain interested in youngster Alejandro Garnacho to sort out his future once and for all. This is refused to go away. I wouldn't say I'm concerned. One thing is certain: if we see an opportunity that to sign him up for a cheap fee, I think we'd do it. Bearing in mind, just like the case of what's his name, João Felix, which I knew at the time, it was just a perfect opportunity that wouldn't make sense to pass. That wouldn't make sense if we missed it. So we signed him knowing that he's a good player, knowing that should it not work out, that we can actually sell him for nearly twice as much as how much we paid for him. And you could say that's exactly what's happening right now. And Vish X5, if you don't mind, do not use all caps. If you use all caps, the AI that is policing the comment section, it will delete your message. Yeah, because it will see it as you're spamming. So please do not use all caps. You're welcome. Enjoy yourself. Feel at home. All we ask of you is to keep it civil. Hear your opinion. Opinion matters. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, Big Ty, Galatasaray. Okay. Egungbe have Gittens passed his medical. Yep, that's done and dusted. I think. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. What's his name? JoaomPedro was announced first. But I don't think it. I think Gittens is a Chelsea player, certainly. And even I think it was a Dortmund's president or so, or director, that he did say something to the effect of he's not something to the effect of Gittens will not play for them again because they don't want to risk him getting injured and all that, because he becomes a huge problem. If you get that, Galatasaray, yep. Let's see. Do you have news about Lavia watching from Colombia once again? Angel Panesia Ata. Is it Ata? Ata? But Angel Panesia, nice to see you once again. I think yesterday was your first time here. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Sincerely do appreciate you. And please, if you don't mind, tell more people about Chelsea perspective. I don't have any news about Romeo Lavia, but here's the thing: chances are the manager just doesn't want to risk too much. Chances are he's injured. I hope not, but I think whatever the case is, I think we'll find out. I don't know when we'll find. Let me just use the word soon, which could be later in the day today, or maybe tomorrow, or maybe the day after. I don't know. Good coffee as usual. All right, let's see. Our owners don't want Ganacho. It doesn't look like it. I'm quite sure if we want him, it makes sense to argue that if we want him, I think he'd be a Chelsea player right now. And I don't think we don't need him. Yeah, comes with a lot of baggage. For me, that's an issue. His behavior off the field is really concerning, in my opinion. So Alejandro Garnacho to Chelsea, I don't see that happening. But it'd be interesting to see what Chelsea fans, what they have to say in their comments below this post. It'd be very, very interesting. Okay, Melvin, my friend on X, he says they should look elsewhere because we're not interested in their mid player. I honestly do not think he's mid. I'm just concerned about his player. He fights. He has that sort of the typical attitude that you'd like to see in a Chelsea player of the old days, in my opinion. But he's not a bad player. You can argue the lack of stability at United to some extent has affected him as a player. But I don't want to get into that. I don't want him, irrespective of the reason why he's struggled there. No, thank you. So, who be all this way? And that's from Big Huncho. And Emmanuel says, we're fine. Like, no, thank you. Serious Mike says, no, we'd absolutely better not. This is more like a warning to the directors. We don't want him. And Charismatic Chioma says, I wanted to reply, then saw this. The source. We don't need him at Chelsea. No, we're not. No, we're not. I knew it was going to be funny, but anyway. But let's move on from that one. And if we get, if we address all the items that we have lined up on time, then we'd move on. Then we'll go for news hunting, which is usually very interesting too. Solomon Ayeni says we need Osimhen. It's not going to happen. That sheep, yeah, sailed. Hard maybe, but that's by the way. This one, I like this one. Honestly, in my opinion, I'd rather this guy than Nani Madueke. But if you go by what the numbers tell you, their respective numbers tell you, you'd probably say, yeah, let's keep Madueke and forget about him. But here's the thing. I'm going to say this. He is a good player. The lack of stability at West Ham United, the crisis there for me, and also you can argue playing out of position, those factors that led to him not measuring the sort of output that we're used to seeing from him. I'd take him over Noni Madueke anytime, any day, but that's just my opinion. But I want to hear from you. Before I get what we have in the chat, let me catch up a few things. The lady of the house has a comment here, and a senior defender, and it says Shea Wendy. It says I think because Dortmund is still in the Club World Cup, that's the reason why he's not announced yet, and plus he's cup tied. I think he's cup tied. Correct me if the rules are different, but I think he's cup tied. He's not going to get play for Chelsea even if he's announced. I think the deal is done. JoaomPedro, player breakdown. Okay, I told you guys a few minutes, about 2 minutes, 3 minutes ago about Ty, that he's got your back. If you want to learn how any of the players we signed, how they apply themselves on the pitch, go watch those videos. You thank me later. So he has the link for the one for JoaomPedro. I'm gonna pin that one up so you can go watch it. Leave a comment, let him know. Yeah, you found it here. Let's help him grow. He should have at least 20,000 subscribers. Honestly, given the work he puts in and how good his work is. And Jay, big up, bro. Always nice to see you. We don't want to talk about Michi Batshuayi today, so better go back to work, okay? Kudus, no. Explain. You can't just say no. Back up your argument with context. Don't just tell us no. Back up your argument with context. I'm listening. You can't just say no. Why no? Explain. He's not average, really. If he's average, then Noni Madueke, you should be premium average. No worries, brother. Let's see, Jay. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well once again. Let's see. A big up, Wiz Paparazzi Beats. Always nice to see you, my bro. You show up, like once in every blue moon, like Nigerians would say, but always nice to see you. So let's read this particular report about Mohammed Kudus, a player I like so much. So that report, he reads, let's see, where is it? Give me a second. The report, according to Mail Sport, I don't know if I should trust them or not, but some of you do know. It reads, Chelsea have held talks with West Ham over Mohammed Kudus and did bring up the possibility of sending players, plural, not just one player, multiple players, maybe 2, 3, I don't know, in the opposite direction. However, the Hammers have indicated they're not interested in that idea and would prefer purely a cash sale. That's maybe the only reason why we may well back out, but I have hope. If we win our next game, then we'll have tangible, you could say a sizable cash, we'll have a tangible cash inflow, for lack of a more specific term. I'm not into finances. I'm not sure what would be the correct way to phrase it. But here's the thing. I think that would go a long way. Probably if we win that game, with maybe wait to see if we win our next game, and then push to sign him. And I think we'll sign him. I think he makes us honestly. Kudus, if we sign Kudus, I'd argue that he makes us title contenders next season, in the coming season, in my opinion. Honestly, you could say the soon to start season, Premier League season, he's that good. But let's see what happens. Sorry, I want to correct something here quickly. Is that what I'm looking for? Okay, so what went on? Why is it's automatic? So what's happened there? All right, keep dropping the likes on the stream, people. The likes do go a long way. Sincerely, do appreciate you all finding the time to join the show this particular afternoon. It's 3:32 p.m. CST. I appreciate you all. Big up, Wiz Paparazzi Beats. All right. Can Kudus play right wing? Yeah, he's a very versatile player. He can play as 10 too, honestly. All right, let's see. Cole Palmer, we can let Sports assign Kudus. I need an Austin dagger on Kudus, but if we're seriously interested, I think we'll get the deal over the line. Maybe Spurs are just they you can say they just there waiting to see if we're serious or not. Because if we're serious, I think he'd choose us over Spurs, but he wouldn't want to risk at the end of the day not leaving West Ham United because he's waiting for us. So he'd leave the door open for other clubs that are also interested, which was the same thing was this Brazilian did when he was at Leeds United before joining Barcelona. You don't just hope to join a particular club and not leave your options open. I think it's a huge risk. Let's see. Has Fab got live on YouTube? I don't know, honestly. Because yeah, we're on the show right now. I would love Kudus, but is there space for him? There is space. When you're a big club, there's always space for good players. Will he accept to sit on the bench? He will. I think he's good enough, and probably will accept to fight for his place. I don't think he's the sort of player you sign him you'd sign to be a bench warmer. He can actually be more, he's actually more physical than Pedro Neto, in my opinion. Yeah. Shurinat Govindarajan, nice to see you, my bro. I do hope you're doing well. Big up to you too. Let's bring in more music to our ears. Yep. Yep. I honestly I'm just happy we're interested. We need more tears from our rivals next up. CB and another striker. Look at how much we're making from the Club World Cup. A lot of them don't like it. They're crying every day, complaining, how did we make it to that competition? My goodness, how are we spending this much money and on? Do you think we will sign Kudus? If we're serious, I think the Spurs won't be a problem. We've been there before. Even if he's on the verge of putting pen to paper, and Chelsea and one of our directors call his mom or his agent, he'd just break the pen and tell them, I want to use the bathroom and run away. Except if we're not serious. Honestly. Coach, how many shiny toys do you want? In this case, I wouldn't say shiny toy. If indeed Noni Madueke will leave Chelsea, then it's no longer a shiny toy. It'd be more of a replacement for Noni Madueke. And the rumors are suggesting that Noni Madueke could leave Chelsea is getting serious, honestly. The lab Gittens and Pedro, and now you want Kudus. I want Kudus because I'm not too sure Madueke stays. Yeah. Do you think we will sign Osimhen? Oh no. Footy Bros, just forget about it. I don't see it happening. I'd be shocked. But here's one thing I'm going to say. The possibility is still there. Why? Because he's still a Napoli player. So, and the transfer window, a long way to go before it shuts. Big up to you too, AB. Nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. When are you planning to sell your old toy? I think we'll get to that. Petrovic on the verge of joining Sunderland. Broya, I haven't heard anything of late. Sterling, yeah, that one. In Sterling's case, Sterling is like, there's an African saying, I'm going to say it anyway. I'm going to try to keep it as clean as possible. When a sensor fly patches under, that stuff between the legs of a man, you have two options, and none of the two options is safer than the other. If you go for the kill in a hurry, you'd hurt yourself. Then if you say, okay, let me leave it so that it leaves by itself, it will bite the life out of you. That's the sort of situation we are with regards to the case of Raheem Sterling. It is not that simple, very complicated. And I think we knew even before now that, yeah, that's the case. It's even more complicated because he's no longer a young player. He doesn't. This day you could argue he doesn't play to enjoy football anymore. He's on the verge of retirement. I think it'd be correct to say that he's actually on the verge of retirement given his age. I don't think he'd ever get a chance to represent England again. It would take a huge, you could say, a miraculous turn of events for that to happen. So right now, we owe him a lot of money. I think it was last two transfer windows, it was around 70 plus million should we decide we want to buy his contract. And you could argue the moment he realized he wasn't the plan, wasn't in the plan of the new managers, he was surplus to requirement. He was quick. His camp was he was quick to release a statement saying he doesn't want to leave Chelsea. He want to stay and fight for his place. His aim is to help the club win something to that effect. Blah 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 blah. Do you know what they did at the time? That was a warning to the club's hierarchy. Look, I'm not going anywhere. If you want me to leave, pay me off, which isn't easy. I don't see the club paying him at the time, paying him 70 plus million. I think eventually they'd have to call him to the table and have a good conversation, something to the effect of, okay, now look, it's not working. You're not playing. How much do you want? Let's find a middle ground. And that it's up to him to say, yes, I want that, or up to him to say, no, I want to play. And you can't force him out. As long as he shows up, trains, it's up to you to give him minutes or pay him off, or you can say cancel his contract. So it's not that straightforward. A huge issue for the club. Let's see. I seriously think we will sign one between Malik Fofana and Kudus. Either of the two I like. Malik Fofana is a very intelligent player, but I like Kudus because, yeah, his experience in the Premier League. And you could say, naturally, he's physical. Unlike Malik Fofana, that would need time to learn, you could say, to adapt to the physicality of the Premier League. How good is the Leicester City keeper? I don't know, but he's excellent with his feet. Beyond that, I don't know much about how good he is overall in terms of shot stopping and all that. I honestly do not know. But I'm testing it. I have something more like a poll to see what people say, but it looks like a lot more people don't want us to go for him. They'd rather we go for more experienced names like Dibu Martinez, or what's his name, Mike Mayon, the French international. All right, more likes, more likes. We're going to move to next item. Right now, we're talking about Mohammed Kudus. People talk about pool. Yeah, that's us. People talk about legacy. People talk about tradition, and the players are turning up at Chelsea, say they got the memo right. Yep, here to win, not to try. Yep, I like that. That is a delicious comment, honestly. Let's see. I have a feeling we will go back for Mike Mayon at the end of the window. It's a possibility, or just you can say make do with what we have until he runs down his contract and then join us. But because here's the thing: when the whole thing was going on, when we were pushing to get the deal across the line, he did tell his bosses, "Let me join Chelsea, or I will run down my contract and leave as a free agent." So for me, that may well be the reason why we didn't pull down our pants for them. We knew that realizing that eventually he'd come to us. Why why pay how much they were asking? It just wouldn't make sense to pay that much money. If we even after realizing that the player, the plan for him is to run down his contract and live as a free agent because they refused to let him go when he wanted to go, and he only wanted to join Chelsea. So I think we did good there, and I'm proud of my club for doing that. Sterling is 5 years younger than Salah. Even at that, he's still not any younger, and he's not that good anymore. That's how good a player, if he's that good, then you say, yeah, his age isn't an issue. But at this point, his age plus he's not been good. Even when he got the opportunity at Arsenal, he didn't perform. He didn't measure, you could say, their expectation, the Arsenal fans' expectations. He's not playing like he's hungry anymore. That's the most important thing. His age for me, not necessarily an issue, but the age factor comes into play when you talk about, okay, when you try to look at things and see whether he'd push to, you can say, leave and take a pay cut. No, I don't think he'd do that. I don't think he will ever say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna leave, I'm gonna take a pay cut and go play for another club. No, I don't think that happens because he knows probably he will never get a chance to represent England again. He's on the verge of retirement. Yeah, If you get that, given the fact that he's not as good as he used to be. Sterling is still collecting a 300 catch. Exactly. That's one of the reasons why he's not going to be in a hurry to leave. Neto, Palma, Pedro, Delap, Jackson, Gittens, and Stamford, Quenda. Quenda doesn't come now next season. Minus Nani and Kudus. That's a group of 8 players for 4 spots. This is a fantastic group to entertain, excite, and win for the next 5 years. Yeah, I think we're building something special. I've always known that was the case. My only concern has always been that the fact I realized early on that the path taken needs patience, and I knew that. Yeah, I've always known that our fans aren't that patient. How do you think Giddens will get on? I think he will do well. He will be fine. He will again when we play against teams that defend deep. I'm just going to be sipping on a glass of wine because I'm not going to be concerned. JoaomPedro, excellent. He's actually for me. I think he blends in perfectly. But go watch that ties video pinned at the top. You'll learn more about him. He likes 1-2s. What was a more accurate language to use there? Interplays, no, now link up play is his thing. He's a very intelligent player. For him, is he can be physical, he can be aggressive, but it's not. It's more of finesse for him than power. He's a typical Brazilian, a good Brazilian player. To be honest, or not all Brazilian players are good, but he's a typical good Brazilian player. Yes, coach, I agree with you. Kudus, but he's talking to Tottenham. I would do the same if I find myself in this position. You don't want to risk waiting for Chelsea and then they say, "We're sorry, we changed our mind." Then by not talking to Tottenham, it just simply means that you're stuck at West Ham United. Tottenham on their project and reports are saying he says yes to Tottenham, but I will like Kudus to join my club. He will bring more fans from my country. Yeah, but if we're serious, I think we get the deal across the line. Um, just leave me alone. All the names. We need to maintain and develop this group. We might not need Curtis. Okay, but I don't think it's a priority to sign him, but we might need him. All right, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom so that we can start discussing the next item we have lined up here. Who do you think would do better at CFC? The lap, JoaomPedro. Ooh, it's easy to say JoaomPedro, but here's the thing: the lap will probably be the one, the center of attention from the perspective of the fact that he's more of a traditional number 9. I think he'll be the one to be at the end of the majority of the chances that we're going to be creating as a team going forward. So, which means he'll be scoring a lot of goals. I think they will all do well. I'm not that sort of person that focuses mainly on the person that put away the chances. I respect those that actually create the chances the more. So there's a way I don't. So let's just leave it at they will all do well, honestly, and that's what I want to see. Why are we even contemplating selling any players to Arsenal? Don't make this. The question I want to ask you, here's the most annoying thing: majority of our fans don't want him, and at the same time, majority of those set of people also do not want us to sell him to Arsenal. If you don't want him to stay, you have no right to dictating where he goes. It's as simple as that. JoaomPedro is like a lobster stick, but you could say quicker, with a bit more nasty edge. Yeah, the aggression, I agree. Fantastic player. Ooh, where have you been, my bro? Adebayo Makunju Ekugbadu Ekaro. Where have you been, my bro? Seriously. And I have no way to reach you to know how you're doing, but I'm just happy to see you. Why do you people think Stalin is correct collecting 325k a week? That is gross, gross, including 45% of tax and national insurance. The government earns as much as Stalin. It's like that everywhere. The difference is Osimhen wants that net, which is crazy. I think Osimhen wants 250 net. but I don't think he comes to Chelsea. All right. Joao Pedro looks taller than the lap. I'm not sure who's taller. I haven't taken my time to compare their heights. But Siaka South Africa, nice to see you. Palma and Pedro are two forwards, two tens, eight. Yep. And let's see. Will Cook in the new system. I think we're excellent. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. Congratulations, congratulations. Are you done with it? Okay, keep the blue flag flying high. In my case, YouTube happened, and it's a shame. Okay, I had a serious conversation with YouTube happened, but I think I will get around to getting it done, and I'm on it. But that's by the way. Congratulations to you once again. I hope it goes well. It's not easy, but if you get it done, I think you'd look back and be very proud of yourself. So Mohammed Kudus to Chelsea, I want it to happen. We move on to the next item we have lined up. More likes, people. 16 likes. We can do a lot better. We can do a lot better than 16 likes because yeah, we have how many people watching? We do have 55 people following on YouTube in total. 199, 55 on YouTube. The rest is shared between X and Facebook, whether equally. Coach does not know. So we'll come back to this page. This particular page is reserved for news hunting. So we're not going to do news hunting right now because we still have quite a few stuff lined up to talk about. So after Kudus, we'll talk about Petrovic. All right, almost by 4, God willing. Yeah, it will happen. My bro, Jude Mesol. And I will never ever forget you telling me your name is Mesol. And I was like, which kind of life? McKinney. Mesole. Egbo, nice to see you. I do hope you're doing well. I will reach out as soon as I can. It's been a crazy period for me. Lots of stuff. I didn't know that Texas has a rule because the vehicle will move from Vegas to this place. At a certain point, we have to get the registration done and everything within. I didn't get into trouble. The policeman was a very nice person and just ticket and say, okay, go deal with it. I heard you're organizing free a party for Nani Madueke. We're not talking about Missy Bashir here, so just leave me alone. I wish we're streaming it in landscape format. This would be a good time to pop the laugh emojis. I don't know if I can actually integrate. I know I cannot integrate it here, except if I go there, I'd have to delete. I'll see if I'm able, if that's going to work out, but maybe let me take my time first. 50 plus watching and 16 likes. Yeah, how's that possible? 20 other right now. We can do a lot better than 20 likes. 65 people currently watching. 212 in total. 63 on YouTube. The rest shared between X and Facebook. More likes, people. The likes do go a long way. We still beg for likes because we're not a big account yet. All right, this one here says Sunderland, Aston Villa, and Bournemouth are interested in signing the Chelsea goalkeeper Darji Petrovic. And rumors are that Sunderland are actually on the verge of getting the deal across the line. But I think this one, I really would like us to read the comments, the comments from Chelsea fans. I think it'd be interesting. Tax in Turkey is just 20. I think it's spelled Turkey with an E. I don't know when that changed either. Sorry, I am with the kiddos alone, so it's difficult. Every 15 minutes they start fighting, and one will come complaining. All right, let's see. Big up to you to GFC. Go good. Nice to see you, my bro. I do hope you're doing what you do know what to do. Hit the like button, people, and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. On the road to let me see, on the road to 27K. Yep, we're getting there. I think it's a gradual process, but eventually we will get there. People hit the like button. The likes do go a long way. So Petrovic, let's see what Chelsea fans have to say. Bournemouth for him. Okay, that one is not complaining. Let's see anything else. I prefer Petrovic to go to Aston Villa. Petrovic is a good goalkeeper. 14 million. the back foot. Okay, so nothing funny here. Chelsea fans have moved on. That's probably what happened. They moved on, knowing that he'd be sold eventually. So nobody dwelling on that. Let's see. Siaka, South Africa. Chelsea has not. Okay, Chelsea have not bought a high quality goalkeeper, but it wants to sell Petrovic. But why? Petrovic doesn't want to compete. I think we've talked about that 1,000 times. And I did tell people I don't blame him. If I were Petrovic after how well I did in the French league and won Strasbourg's Player of the Season, I would want to come back to Chelsea and become the number one. But it's not guaranteed. Clubs don't operate like that. You'd have to fight for your place. For me, I think it was again, if in fact he did ask to become the number one without actually working for it, that's wrong. It'd be wrong to actually say, okay, yeah, you know what, you're the number one because yeah, you won Player of the Season at Strasbourg, and how well you did there become the number one. I don't think it make any sort of sense. To my understanding, given what we read, I think his departure. He leaves the club with the blessing of the hierarchy because yeah, he told them what he wants and they said, sorry, we can offer you this, you're free to leave if you want to leave, which is fine by me. And something else I did tell people the first day we discussed Petrovic's future, I told them, look, he emerged as Strasbourg's best player in the just concluded season, but the truth remains, he, had Sanchez been the one that went on loan to Strasbourg, he also emerged as their best goalkeeper because he got tested a lot. But I just don't want to get into that. But I'm glad people have moved on, and you could argue the comments under that particular report is reflective of the fact that people have actually moved on. I liked it before you actually started. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. You're my friend, so I'm not doubting that. So this particular report also was still on Vince's timeline, quoting Record Portugal. Record Portugal, it reads, Benfica are open to selling Antonio Silva this summer, but they are yet to receive an offer despite fighting hard to keep him in January. So I do know that Chelsea fans want us to sign him, but when you're dealing with Benfica, okay, definitely he's not going to come cheap. I'm not sure the length of his current contract and when it expires. But even at that, there's no guarantee we get him for cheap, given the club we're dealing with. I think Pendas is the reason Chelsea are giving Sanchez the opportunity. There's no guarantee Sanchez stays either, but we'll see. Also, Petrovic feels tight again, entitled. I'm guessing. That's what you're saying. Yeah, he feels entitled, and you could argue. I mean, he has every right. I mean, he's looking out for himself, and there are a shortage of interested clubs. I think he, even before he requested to be made the number one goalkeeper, if in fact he did, he knew that yeah, there are a lot of clubs are interested in signing him. So good luck to him. So, but this guy, Silva, a good CB really. But let's see what Chelsea fans have to say. They want him. Now, this is someone I would want in my team to pair with Colwell. Tosin is, for me, so far has proven to be a better the pairing of Tosin and Colwell. Yeah, have proven to be our best CB pairing in my opinion. And Johnny says, I don't think Chelsea will go for a right centre back if we don't sell. Also, Fofana is still our most expensive CB signing. I think at this point, Fofana is how much you pay. How much you pay for Fofana doesn't matter really. He's become a liability. I think if we get a chance to sell him, probably they'd sell him and take the L. But that's just me speculating. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Buy him, and we are set for next 10 years. I know Chelsea fans that, yeah, they like him. With Mamadou Sarr and Josh Archibong in the squad, I won't spend on Antonio Silva unless the transfer fee is around 60 million euros, which would be around something slightly north of 15 million pounds. Correct me if I'm wrong. Chelsea want to capitalize. He wouldn't be a bad signing, but given Mamadou Sarr how good he can be on the ball, his how good he reads the game, even as young as he is, how he drives the ball. If he sees spaces, he exploits them effectively. Plus, how good Josh Archibong is proven to be. I don't think it makes sense to actually spend that much money, even £15 million on a CB, honestly. But let's see what happens. I can't say no to him, but if it means that we have to send Josh Archibong on loan, it doesn't make sense. I think Archibong is actually more equipped than him, but probably because he's played a lot of senior team football than Archibong, he's more experienced, and that does go a long way for a lot of people. So a lot of Chelsea fans want that deal done, and it understandably so. We've been linked with him. We were linked with a move for him. Was it last summer transfer window? But we eventually didn't go through with it. I think there were concrete rumors from big accounts on X, and some news outlets actually did suggest at the time that we were seriously interested in signing Antonio Silva. But he's a fine player. Whether with and here's the interesting aspect. Transfer guru himself, Fabrizio Romano, I think he did say, was it a day ago, that something to the effect of us still looking to sign one more CB, one more centre back. For me, that's reflective of the fact that we will eventually let at least two CBs go. The Sassi being one of them. The other person, in my opinion, most likely Chalova. I don't know, but we'll find out. Let's see. More likes, people. More likes. 61 people following the show and 26 likes. You can do a lot better than 26 likes. In total, we have 230 people, 55 on YouTube. The rest is shared between X and Facebook, whether equally. Coach doesn't know. Alexis Peggy is a Peggy or Peggy. Apologies for I butchered your last name. Says he's worth it, but do we really need one? Apparently we do, given Fabrizio Romano's comment that we're looking to bring in one more CV, but that tells me we'll probably sell at least two, because Achimbaum is a Rolls Royce of a player. Very intelligent, reads the game very well. Whenever he sees the spaces, he exploits it. It doesn't just pass the ball even when there's space to exploit and ensure that we progress the ball further forward. He doesn't just pass the ball. He exploits the space, then passes the ball, and he as light as he is, or you could say as lightweight as he comes across to be, he shields the ball effectively. I'm just moved, and I love him. But that's by the way. Let's talk about this guy right here. I think. Uh, Okay, let's read the comment from Kieran Gill underscore DM. I think that's some subtle psychological move there. But I'm not gonna read it. That's maybe I could be reading it the wrong way, really. But we'll see. I think it's valid. Replace him with Tosin. If we lose Tosin, we gonna have a lot of issues. We shouldn't take Tosin's leadership for granted. He may not be the most vocal, but have you heard the players talk about him? Even young Achibong, Tariq George, all of them. They call him Uncle for a reason, not because he's the oldest, but because probably his intelligence. His intelligence and how he advises them. He has, again, he's one of the leaders now. He's one of the leaders. If you take him for granted and sell him, you're creating more problem. Have you realized that whenever Tosin is on the pitch, we don't make silly mistakes. Our back line don't make silly mistakes. Yeah. But whenever he's not on the pitch, whenever we face persistent pressure from the opposition, we start making nonsense mistakes. So I think the club knows that. I think the manager knows that actually. It was an unnecessary purchase. JoaomPedro for 16 million. We have a chance to buy the goalkeeper from Milan. No, it wasn't unnecessary purchase. You can argue a very important purchase actually, and I think we don't respect Jorgensen actually. Jorgensen is a good goalkeeper. I get it. He's still very young, needs more experience. I know he stays. I don't think he goes anywhere. I think we don't respect him enough. Honestly. All right, Ty here says thank you for subscribing to Chelsea Sessions of Footy Bros. Just got the notification. Wow, thank you for subscribing to Chelsea Sessions Footy Bros. I appreciate you. And if you're all here once again, I actually okay. Like if you're all here once again, we pinned a video at the top, a video of Ty's analysis of JoaomPedro. If you want to learn how the JoaomPedro applies himself on the pitch, go watch that video. And honestly, you will thank me later. Okay. Goodbye, Sterling. It's not that simple. You can go host a party, a goodbye party for him. He will still be here. He knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah. Big up to you, Tim Basto. 5 Joao Pedro will be a perfect signing. It's a perfect signing. He can play as a striker, central attacking midfielder, left wing. He's versatile, which suits Maresca's system. And more importantly for me, he's an intelligent player. So let's hear. Raheem Sterling, Chelsea Heat, 3K5 3 hours ago. Thank you. Oh, Chelsea Session have reached 3,500 subscribers. Yeah, you deserve it, Ty. You have good stuff out there. So we have this year from reads Raheem Sterling is now officially back in the arms of Chelsea with his loan at Arsenal haven't ended, but he has yet to hear on what is next for his future with the club. Still ongoing. This is a very, very complicated situation. Saying bye-bye to him, okay, we want to cancel your contract, costs a lot of money. So I think it would be better of him going out on loan for that money to reduce. That is, but he's looked so bad at Arsenal. I don't know what club in the Premier League that said, you know what, come, we'll take you on loan. He didn't do well, honestly. And chances are, if the Saudis come calling, and the Saudis actually, they don't sign bad players. You at least have to be good before they push to sign it. So I'd say we're actually stuck with them. Yeah, unfortunately. Jesus Christ. All right, Tosin Tosin is a directive defender, a good box defender. More importantly, I don't think Chelsea will sell him. We're not looking to sell him. Honestly, if anything, I think probably he gets a raise soon. Salin should accept to go to enjoy huge salary in Saudi Arabia. He has family, so that aspect, that possibility is tiny. Except if he just wants to go there to make a lot of money and wouldn't mind going with his family or wouldn't mind leaving his family behind and convincing his wife, look, let's take care of the future. I'm gonna go make that money and come back. Do I think he does that? I honestly do not know. I'm supposed to have a meeting with some people. I haven't seen anything from them, so I'm not going to be too concerned. 1 second. All right, let's see what Chelsea fans, what they have to say. We don't want him, please. Arsenal should come and carry their their player from us. Huh? What, man? This is bad. Yeah. It's just, from a financial perspective, it's a huge problem. Amortization gradually reduces players' value for PSR. 3 seasons takes Fofana's value down. So Fofana can be sold for 40 million without much of an L. So I agree. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, I appreciate that. Let's see. Sterling is a type of Lukaku to Chelsea club. Difficult to upload. Chelsea just ruined the career of this guy. No, I don't blame Chelsea. You can say bad signing. Yeah, Arsenal should take him. They're never going to try that again. They will not try that. Yes, to hear BS, they want him gone. We'll all know this. Go find another team as soon as possible. He's not going to be in a hurry to find another team. He definitely will not be in a hurry to find another team. It's really as simple as that. Thank you. So it's not that easy. He needs to leave. Yeah, he needs to leave, but he's not going to be in a hurry to leave. If you want him to leave as soon as you want him, you'd have to pay up. Buy out his contract. It's really that simple. 1 second. I did schedule a meeting with some people, virtual meeting. They probably have sent me messages and haven't heard from me, but I think it can be postponed. What time is Nigerian time? I have a serious meeting with people, but they haven't said anything. I'm just gonna pretend. Yeah. All right. Ali Gambo, Aston Villa. Okay, thank you. So this is Caleb Wiley. Caleb Wiley will sign his Watford contract in the coming hours on a simple loan from Chelsea. If but this is, I think this is deliberately phrased like this. You think that he's living Chelsea in an apartment, which even if that was the case, I really don't care. Really, I don't know him that much, and maybe I need to see a lot more. Um, all right. This guy pissed me off. I really liked him. I thought he has a future at Chelsea. Very intelligent individual, actually. But here's the thing. I'm not gonna start bashing him, name calling him for deciding to go out on loan so he gets to play as a centre back, which will help him. You can say, which will create a path for him for the Portuguese national team. The only place the manager uh, you can see have space for him. Not bad, but it was a mistake because by the time he came back from Juventus, Chelsea have moved on. Yeah. So and because if we let him back in, he still would push to leave because I don't think the manager sees him as a centre back. So I think it's better of, yeah, we go our separate ways, and good luck to him. He has that mentality that I like to see in Chelsea players. Can be aggressive too, but unfortunately, yeah, I think it's bye Felicia for him too. So this is quoting Fabrizio Romano. FC Bayern have added Renato Viega high on potential for option list for new centre back this summer. Um, okay. Ooh, okay. 10 minutes past 10. Is that what it is? That's military time. All right. If they send me a message, I'd know. But thank you for that. Military format. Okay. Let's see. Good luck to him. Really, I liked him, and I wanted him to do well at Chelsea, but he wasn't patient enough, and for a good reason. I mean, he has to look out for himself, like we do uh, in our lives, respective lives. Plus, Chelsea board of directors must separate. I think they know that the outgoing. Uh, well, it will be like magic because like this, they will be flipping players. Not all of them though. Raheem Sterling, I think probably it's not going to be not. It's not that simple, and I don't think he cares. Just in, this is a very interesting one. Chelsea could consider bids of 45 million pounds with add-ons on top for Madueke, especially if they secure another attacker. I think probably this is them saying, "Yeah, we want to sell him. How much are you willing to pay?" And that's according to Ben Jacobs. I trust Ben Jacobs really. I know he doesn't work for the club, but he hardly ever gets it wrong in my opinion. So this is more like a brief. This is, yeah, talk about a brief. You could argue this is a brief for real. Um, so this seriously means that Chelsea somebody leave the broker. How'd you say Brocolona fan there? Leave him. Let him knock himself out with comment. He's providing interactions there. So just leave him. Let him knock himself out. So what else we have? So Chelsea he says whatever he says there, but Barcelona are broke. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Why not a hard move for Isaac of Newcastle United? Nah, no. I think that would be unnecessary spending, in my opinion. It just wouldn't make sense, and probably they're not looking to sell him. They are not looking to sell him. So should we? It's not going to happen. No. Yeah. So sell Nani and purchase Kudus. Rumors are that that's exactly what we're going to do. So, but let's see. I think let's look at the comments on this report. Nani divides opinion. Honestly, Nani divides opinion a lot. Unfortunately for him, I think he's a good player. I just know there are aspects of his game that he needs to improve to become a much better player. And you could argue the simplest of all. I've talked about it 1,000 times here. He needs to be a little less selfish and a little more selfless. That makes a huge difference. Then the other one that Dante talks about all the time, try to look up and decide on time what you want to do with the ball. 45 million is way too low, 60 million at least. They should not accept less than anything that they paid for Pedro and Gittens. Trust our owners. Trust our owners. I'm good with that. Okay. Get Madueke out and bring Kudus. So I'm guessing 55 million to 60 million all in. That is from Con. So a lot of Chelsea fans want him gone. Con CFC. 55 million would add on 10 million at reaching top four and starting 15 matches and above. Would only sell him for over 60 million euros. Should be between 60 to 70 million. So he's worth 70 million and is better than Gittens. Ooh, okay. Some comments. I don't think he's better than Gittens. If anything, he's more experienced than Gittens. That's not me saying the club should sell him, really. We need 60. So majority actually, you could argue, want him gone. The only person here this person here just says all the best. Maybe this person want him to stay. Not too bad. Only one person actually sounds like, yeah, it's not good. Just all the best. So you could argue majority of Chelsea fans don't like him, and I just don't know why. I'm not saying I'm saying he's the best we can do. I've always said we can do better than him. If we can sign a better player, fine. But I don't hate him. Madueke is a good player, no doubt, but I think he's not improving. The same argument from Dante, and that's from Chinedu Kinsley Serial. Dalo Chinedu, one day, thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. Madueke is a nice guy, but he needs. Listen, we don't know him. Yeah, there's no way to tell if he's a nice guy or not, and I don't give a rat's behind whether he's a nice guy or not. Just play, perform, and I think he's done his best. Maybe his best isn't good enough for Chelsea. You could argue maybe that's the reason why we're looking to sell him and sign a much better player. But I'm not one of those pushing for the club to sell him. I just see what's out there, try to make sense of it, and create content out of it, and that's it. And I just look at them as a player and analyze and say, yeah, these are the things he needs to do to become better. But Chinedu, thank you for joining. Ali Gambo, please, Emiliano Martinez and Adama Traore at Chelsea. Do I think that will happen? No, you're not gonna get your wish. I'm sorry. All right. More likes, people. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you for finding the time to join the show. We still have 51 people following the show on YouTube. In total, we have 249, 51 on YouTube. The rest is shared between X and Facebook, whether equally. Once again, Coach doesn't know. Okay? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too, Onyenkem. I appreciate you. I like it when I see my people. It just makes me, even when I saw your name, I started smiling. Yeah, that's my cousin's name, by the way, Chinedu. So, and I like to let them know, look, I'm one of you. I hope others don't get offended. I don't think I don't think they do because they know that's how I operate. I respect everybody, but then I see my people. I need to show them, yeah, I'm one of you. But thank you, One Nick, for joining. I appreciate you. So that tells us a lot. Majority of Chelsea fans don't want him to majority of Chelsea fans that don't want him to stay, but I need a poll to confirm that's the case. There's no way to tell that if we should we try it out on the poll right now that it will come back that a lot of people want him to want him to go, so to speak. Are we signing up Malik? The dude gives me a Williams vibe. He's a slick player, very very intelligent player. If you see the way he puts away chances, how he dribbles, very very intelligent. According to the transfer guru himself, Fabrizio Romano, we are interested. Whether we'd eventually get the deal over the line, I honestly do not know. I think the issue may well be the same issue we had when we were interested in signing Bacola. What we learned at the time that the plan was to sign him and um, loan him out to Strasbourg, but he didn't want that. I I think that was the case. I can't quite remember if I'm mixing things up, but there was a player we wanted to sign and wanted to loan the player out, but he didn't want that. He wanted to come be part of the squad or forget it. So if we sign him, I strongly believe would sign him and loan him out. Yeah. Chelsea are very good in a Man City fan from England. Thank you so much, Zain Mohammed, 2005. I appreciate you. Let's see. With Nani, I feel like he doesn't know what to do with the ball until he gets the ball. This comes with time. Alone, yes. Sell, I don't know. I don't think he's the sort of player that will accept going out on loan. I don't think so. Ben Jacobs works for CBS in the US and some UK media. He has links to Bally and had involvement in a reporting on the bidding for the club. Wow, some education for me from a veteran like Stav. Thank you, I appreciate that. I didn't know that actually, but I think I remember seeing him once on CBS, but I didn't know that he actually has a links with the club. Wow. Okay. On the news, let's see. The collect had agreed with Nottingham already. Yeah, I think I heard that too. But at the player side, nothing. Yep, he's waiting for a Champions League club. You could say us. Chelsea FC purchasing a lot of attacking players. How will they all blend? The board of directors should purchase defenders, a left back to support Kuku. I think we'll get it left back, definitely. I think maybe transfer guru Fabrizio Romano may have used that term, a CB, loosely. Maybe you could argue technically correct because we're looking for a player capable of playing the left center or fulfilling the left center back role and also playing as a center back. And Jura Hater, in my opinion, is that guy. The season before the just concluded season, he operated as a center back. Then the just concluded season, he operated as a left. I'm sorry, I had to stop and talk to my boy. He often just finds soccer or Chelsea videos, interviews, and then bored the heck out of the younger ones, and they'll start screaming. All right, this year, Edu 17 Burgos. I'm not sure who that is. I don't know whether to trust him or not, but um, I'm drawn to this particular report because I'm quite sure we're gonna see a lot of interest and you could argue hilarious comments under this particular report. So the report reads, um, uh, all right, Jackson and Madueke will almost certainly leave Chelsea this summer. Okay. Your interpretation of this report depends on how you read. Will almost certainly. I'm not sure how yeah, it does make sense, but you get it. So it's open to interpretation, up to you. You interpret it you deem fit and run with it. But I'd say I'm not sure what's gonna happen. On the yep, I think we've addressed that one here, and also Siaka is saying CFC. We've addressed that one too. Okay. From Paige is saying from academy players who would you like to see play? Josh Archibong stays for me. I think we have too many players uh, for the flanks that I think Tariq Josh should go out on loan. But uh, beyond what's his name, beyond Josh Archibong, nobody else comes to mind. Maybe because I don't follow the academy team as I should. All right, what else do we have here? Okay, for instance, take Neto for example. Do you see he looks dangerous each march in any position? Yep. Now look at Madueke. I'm guessing you will see what I'm saying. What else do we have here? This reads Martinez of Aston Villa wouldn't be a bad idea. Do I think we'd go for him? No, I don't think he's that good with his feet, really. Which you could argue one of the main reasons why probably we're not looking to sign him. Chinede says, but I actually wish to see Penda. He may well get a chance, but it's not easy to be able to tell what's going to happen, honestly. So this news, I'm not sure whether to believe it, but the Madeke, given Ben Jacobs' report, it looks like, yeah, the club are open to selling him, but they're not going to push to sell him. If they get a good offer, then let him go. Bobby, big up, and thank you for finding the time to join me on the panel. I do hope you're doing well. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our senior panelists here. Bobby, your thoughts, where do you want to come in?
Yeah, big up, coach. I'm glad I
To you too,
actually
Bobby.
caught you this evening. Hear me? Can you
Clear,
hear me?
crystal clear, crystal clear, Bobby.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, where do we start? I guess the first place to start is the confirmation of JoaomPedro. You know, people are saying this, that, and the other, but I personally think this is a good signing. Fits our
Go to the
profile.
extent of saying an excellent signing.
Yeah, I think he's a good, really. He can score goals. He's a fighter. Um, I don't know. Don't quite like the idea that he's had a red card or two in his career. We've had enough of that with Nicolas Jackson, but you know he is. I think he will really fit in, and he will plug a lot of holes in the team. Certainly in terms of finishing, winning the ball, and finishing. So yeah, I'm pleased with. I'm definitely pleased with that signing. I heard you talking about goalkeepers, and uh, do you know what? Right now, it seems very clear to me that Chelsea do a lot of things that we don't see. You know, there's that young guy from forgotten the one Italian team though. He ended up going to Atalanta. You know, they're making a lot of moves. And I was just having a discussion with a friend of mine saying, hey, look, you know, we have to remember that basically the players coming in this summer add up to Chelsea making five signings. There's Mamadou Sarr, there's Asugo, who was sealed in January but starting this summer. Then Esteval, who was sealed about a year ago and starting after the Club World Cup. And there's
We still Gwenda
Liam
too.
Delap and Pedro. And I still think we will get at least another two, maybe three signings. My focus now and my hope now has got to be Kudus. We have to focus on getting Kudus in. I think if we get Kudus
Have
in,
you heard anything? Because what we addressed suggests that we've held talks with his camp that we prefer offering players, plural. plus cash to get him. But West Ham, they want all cash. They don't want players involved in the deal. But go ahead with what you were saying.
Well, that was the situation before the Club World Cup break in the transfer window, wasn't it?
No, the updated situation, in my opinion, for lack of a more specific term. I'm sorry if that you don't understand what I'm saying there. There are
Why do you know
recent
why I
reports.
don't believe that, Coach?
Okay,
Is that you don't have the same situation twice. It makes no sense. We've been there with that with them, and they've told us what they want. So why are we going there with that with them again? Makes no sense. People are trying to just make news. I don't. We the truth of the matter is nobody knows what the situation is. All they can know
we
for
can only
certain,
speculate. Yeah,
yeah, all they can know for certain is that Chelsea have a direct interest. I understand Spurs has gone as far as to drop some money, but that was rejected because it fell short of what West Ham wants. The player wants Chelsea, as far as we've been made to believe. And I would think he would. I mean, which player at this point in time, especially a young player, a talented player, would not want the Chelsea project? There is an opportunity for you. If you're good enough, you will step into the mold. So I'm hopeful. You know, you never say never. You never know until they're raising the shirt. And he is a highly sought after player, and we haven't made any public move. But I'm hopeful because I think that will be a key move for us. And then it would make sense to sell Madueke if you must. Um, I still don't believe this talk of Jackson being sold. And no, you know, we have Chelsea fans
Madueke
who
makes sense more.
no, does not now. You know, João Pedro doesn't threaten his position. As such, you know, we need that flexibility in forward thrusts, and then Chelsea always have their detractors. You know, we sign a player, and there are people that invest themselves into trying to talk about how Chelsea can weaken after strengthening, which is just amusing. But you know, Jackson is not for sale. At least not yet. Not until there is. If suddenly someone like Ekatike turns up, or
Mhm.
if in the unlikely situation we get what's the guy from Sporting, Gyökeres, then you can start saying, okay, you know, they're looking to offload Jackson. But as it stands now, it makes little or next to no sense. Chelsea are looking to strengthen for the campaign ahead, not weaken. So I don't know. You know, the
I'm
goalkeeping
shocked that
situation.
Gyökeres is still available. Actually, he's actually toying with them. He doesn't. He hasn't. He has not said no to Manchester United. He's negotiating with Arsenal. He's still open to join Manchester United. My goodness! But go ahead. What you were saying, Bobby?
Yeah, the Gyökeres situation is rather fun, is rather interesting. I mean, this is just my opinion. I've heard nothing, but you're right. He's kind of dilly-dallying. Okay, the club are frustrating him with the price they're trying to put on him, but he hasn't really shown that much commitment to anybody. And let me tell you, if all of a sudden tomorrow Chelsea come in, that will move him. He would love to come to us, but the thing is, I don't think we've shown that much interest to him. People underestimate how attractive a proposition it is to come to Chelsea if you are a young player and a good player. You will know that you're going to walk right into a project that will value you. So yeah, Gyökeres, I don't think is on our radar. I think we're going to show faith in Liam Delap and Jackson at the moment, or Liam Delap and another. The goalkeeping situation, as much as I love us to go back for Mignon. I don't think we will. I can see a situation where that Leicester goalkeeper might sort of manifest, or somebody else of a relatively unknown or unfancied quality is sought after. And I'm not sure how good that will be for us, to be honest, because, you know, the goalkeeping situation, in my opinion, could do with somebody with some experience, at least in the short term, while we await Mike Penders. As for the left back, I don't know what's happening there. Hato's still up there. All I can say for now, before I drop coach, is I'm expecting two, maybe three more signings before this window closes.
Yeah, Bobby, sorry, my phone rang. I didn't know WhatsApp. I didn't mute it. I apologize for that. Um, so yeah, let's see. What do we have here? We've read the Jackson report. Let's hear what you want to say. I'm quite sure a lot of Chelsea fans see divides opinion too. A lot of Chelsea fans want him to leave, but I don't think as many people. I don't think the number of people that want him to leave measures the number of people that want Nani Madueke sold. I think a few people probably want Nicolas Jackson sold. But let's see. I don't know whether to believe this news. The Madueke news, you could argue, looks more likely, honestly. One second.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think of the two at this moment in time, the more likely to be sold, if any is to be sold, will be Madueke, especially if Kudus is coming. And I understand there's been an agreement with that Leon winger,
Malik.
Malik. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. I haven't sort of seen it from any of the big Fabrizios or Ben Jacobs or indeed the Orni, but I'm hearing from other lesser quarters that an agreement has been reached. So I don't know. The more wingers that come in, or more people capable of playing in the wing, the more the possibility of selling Noni increases. But for now, it's all just speculation.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. More likes, people. More likes. Keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes that do go a long way. Sincerely, do appreciate you all finding the time to join the show. Yes, we're still back for likes, but yeah, we're not a big account yet, but we're getting there. Bobby Shea, Wendy, saying hello to you. If we get Kudus, then we
Hey,
are
big up.
there already. Kudus is a complete force. I think West Ham want players too, so we may well have the edge, but we'll find out. Rodrigo might be available. What do you think? I'd say no. It was either him or Gittens, and I've always preferred us signing Gittens. Go compare their numbers. The difference is that Rodrigo is more experienced. He's been there, seen it all, and won it all. But Gittens has more to his game. And in the Premier League, we deal with low blocks a lot, and Gittens more equipped to help us navigate that more than Rodrigo. I'm not saying Rodrigo is a bad player, but I'd rather Gittins over Rodrigo. Uh, Gittins actually one of the top dribblers, top successful dribblers in world football, top 1%. He's that good. He can shoot also. He's not perfect yet, but as he matures, you start seeing a balance of goals and assists, and not just the whole thing tilting towards more goals. Whereas he's a winger, because he needs to be creating for his teammates. So let's see, keep dropping the likes on the stream. The likes do go a long way. I appreciate you all. What else do we have here? Jackson is going nowhere. That may well be the case. But let's see. We don't need Rodrigo. I think so too. So what I realized, CFC, I purchased some taller and built players. The lap is quite tall and built, and JoaomPedro is built. Plus, yeah, I think we're balancing things out. Let's see what else we have here. We go news hunting now. I need to round up. I had a meeting scheduled and I did forget about it. But yeah, and they called me actually. Yes, I agree with you. Bobby Siaka agrees with you. If Maresca starts Jackson, he may turn it into prime drama on Friday. Psychological, you can argue. Mourinho would do that, just like he said he told him in the final against Betis that he owes him. So he can do that to get the best out of him. Big up to you too, Makim New. Nice to see you out there. Hope you're doing well. Juju start supporting Chelsea after 2002. Nope. No, from Zola days. All right, let's go and do something and then we'll call it a day. I have a meeting to attend, and I think we've actually covered all the items we have lined up here. I think the page is here. I did move it here, but I'm going to refresh it to see if anything new has emerged since the show started. And if you have any questions while I do that, drop it in the chat and we will try to address it. If it is too difficult, I will throw it at Bobby. Don't ask a difficult question, otherwise I'll pretend I can't see it. I'm just kidding anyway, but we wait. If you have any questions, drop it in the chat. Of course, I'm human, but I still have Bobby here. Maybe he will help. Bring Kudus to Chelsea now. That's Cloudy or Cloud, maybe. I'm not sure. Some people, it depends on who you ask. Boadu. Okay, that's Ghanaian. Boadu, yeah. Bring Kudus to Chelsea. Let's see. Jackson is unplayable, but he cannot finish. Yeah. The only thing he needs to start doing and do consistently is put away the chances that come his way. But more importantly, that comes with him learning how to shoot instinctively and not hesitate. Rodrigo is good, and there's no team in the league which would reject him, but he's too expensive, more importantly. So thank you for that latter part of your comment there. You can get better. Yeah, I agree. You cannot get better. Maresca as a coach so far, I rate him. I think he has what it takes. I think he will survive at Chelsea. Yeah, I do like him quite a lot. I think he would do well. He's a smart manager, more importantly, honestly. So yeah, at this point, I'd say 8.5 to 9. Let's let Kudus settle in first before getting rid of Madueke. I like that one. Sorry about the typos. No worries. You're a human being. If I tell you the stories of I am typos, you're not going to believe it. So, Bobby, anything else you want to talk about before we call it a day?
No, it seems like you've covered all angles. Sorry, I only saw you streaming a bit late. Yeah, the only other thing is, I'm sure it's something that we'll talk about later, is the quarterfinal game against Palmeiras and the absence of Caicedo for that game. I think there are options, but he will be a miss. But if we utilize the options correctly, we'll be able to mitigate for that.
Yeah. He says here, I think the same too. He's getting the puzzle arranged gradually, and he can read games very well. Yep. We had the same issue we had under Pochettino, that period that we lost a lot of games. When that started happening, he changed things. We became more boring, but yeah, he achieved the most important thing, which is not allow it linger. So he did find a solution, and it did go a long way. Caroline Michelle, I think Rodrigo is a fantastic player. I think so too, but I would prefer Kudus because he's a Premier. Yeah, you never know. So, all right, with that, we've come to the natural end of today's show. I appreciate you all. We streamed for 1 hour, 33 minutes. I get it. We're having fun, but unfortunately, I had a meeting scheduled, and I did forget about it totally. So I apologize to you guys. I think we'll have another time tomorrow to discuss our game. So I want to say thank you to you. Thank you to Caroline Michelle for joining. Thank you to Chineduan Nedealo, Udodoregi Lusula. I appreciate you. Markin Newm, I appreciate you. Siaka South Africa. Who else was here? FIFA, JR. Jackson is unstoppable. Mr. FIFA, thank you for joining us. Cloud, thank you for joining us. Who else was here? And to our senior panelist and Bobby, I want to say thank you. And if I missed your name, apologies, I'm only human. See you guys next time. God bless us all. Cheers.
Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world that all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.
Every challenge, we'll never ignore.
In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea's spirit shines, bright lights up the skies. And if a cup would say, for real does, and then with a love this storm, every phone's just to there, and there was a strife. You, my heart, keep the blue flame inside like we soar. Through every challenge, we will never ignore. In unity we trust, our hopes on the rise. Chelsea's spirit shines, bright lights up the sky. Chelsea fans, we won't stop believing. New knock with every chant and roar, we rise for the fight. The blue flag in the air, let it fly with pride. We're gonna show the world all hearts open wide. From Stamford Bridge, share our voices to the light. We love for the team, stand strong by our side.